Go up the swim through, down the swim through?
No, I'm going to avoid the swim through on the first dive.
Avoid the swim through.
I'm going to go here.
I know your little route.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is about 45. Okay, so yeah, welcome to Mixing Bowl. Mixing Bowl is a Little Cayman classic. It's one of the top dive sites, I'd say. It's one of the ones we generally get requested quite a lot. So, just to give you an idea, we are on the north side of Little Cayman in the Bloody Bay Marine Park. So a lot of people talk about the Bloody Bay Wall. And pretty much the whole park has this beautiful wall running down it. And the topography varies quite dramatically. There's lots of different changes, lots of different dive sites we can go to. And this one is the mixing of the Jackson Bight area, which has this sort of sandy boulevard. You can almost, if you've got polarized glasses, you can see this blue strip, yeah, the lighter blue color kind of running on either side of the dark blue. So that is we call it the boulevard, the sandy boulevard that kind of goes through. And then to the west of us, we have what we call the sheer wall section, which is basically just hard pan and then drops off into the abyss. So it's really, really cool. And this is the mixing of both of them. You have the sheer wall section with the beginning of that mini wall and sandy boulevard. It used to be called 3 fathom wall because the mooring pin is about 18 feet, so it's 6 feet to a fathom. And then the boat is kind of moored up over this hard pan area, which is really shallow, as I said, maybe 18, 20 feet, getting towards the edge of the wall, which is just behind our stern. That'll be about 30 feet and then again just dropping off into the blue. So there is this cool little cut that Louise, the boat's kind of swinging around, so it might not be directly like this, but there's this cool cut that Louise is going to start putting you down and bring you for about 30 and bring you off the wall, and then we're going to take a right hand shoulder, so we're basically going to be coming across over here on the wall. Now it's a maximum depth of 110 feet, but as I mentioned, it's not a challenge. We tend to go about 75, 80 feet. We don't really like to go deeper than that, but you are welcome to. Just make sure you keep an eye on your no decompression, especially if you're not on nitrox, and of course just check your air consumptions regularly as well. But yeah, we're going to make our way across the wall. The wall turns into these beautiful fingers, so it kind of opens out a little bit. Last time I was on this dive site, actually, I had a loggerhead swimming directly at me. You guys know loggerheads? Yeah, so we get a lot of hawksbill turtles. We sometimes get the green turtles in this area as well. But the loggerheads are just coming into mating season, so they're just starting to, we've got a lot of nests around the island, and they'll just show up for this time of year, they'll mate, lay their eggs, and they'll do that multiple times over the season. So loggerheads are brilliant. They're pretty Jurassic looking, aren't they? They've got the big heads and the thick necks, and they kind of swim directly at you. So, so really, really cool. But generally we get a lot of turtles, maybe some sharks out in the blue as well. Keep an eye out along the wall. You perhaps get big lobsters crawling around. We sometimes get the spiny lobsters, spiny Caribbean lobsters. And then generally we're just going to sort of meander following the undulation in and out of the topography. And then these are actually cuts. So you can come up one of the cuts if you like. That'll be pretty cool. Or if you want, you could just come on top of the reef, because these fingers, especially over here, are really, really fishy. So lots of schooling mahogany snappers, maybe some grunt fish, perhaps some schooling goatfish. Just loads of life on top. And then Louise tends to make her way, and she loves the rubble area, so she spends a lot of time in this. This is rubble, this is sand. And the rubble area, you'll find a lot of yellow-headed jawfish. Do you guys know them?
Yep.
They kind of look like a little ghost that come out of their hole and then they tuck themselves back in their hole. So for here, for some reason, I suppose because there's so many divers, they're not very shy, are they? They'll come right out of the hole. There we go.
Yeah.
So and they swim really quite far out, further out than they used to, because I used to live on Grand and they were very shy in Grand, but here they just come out. And what you want to do, you want to look for the males. The males have 2 lines underneath their chin, or their jaw. And the males are typically the males are the ones that hold the eggs. So if you see 2 lines and the fact that he's got his mouth open, go closer, more than likely going to have eggs in the mouth. So don't ask me how they fertilize, I'm not sure. We won't go into the life of a jawfish, whatever you're into. But then what
Mixing
they do, but what they do, they store their eggs under, so they excavate this little home they live in, and then they keep the eggs down there, but then they do also need to oxygenate the eggs and make sure they're fresh of algae, and because the water's quite stagnant down there. So they bring them up in the mouth, and sometimes they spit them out and they roll around and suck them back in the mouth. So it's really, really cool. Very special if you see them, but they are quite shy, obviously, because they're protecting their young. But loads of cool things, lots of queen conch, and underneath the stand you get quite a few southern stingrays that tuck themselves in. They sort of bury